In this third and final part on Brizy Cloud pop-ups, we are talking about external pop-ups. This will probably be a shorter video, but it's a very cool feature because with external pop-ups, you create the pop-up within the Brizy Cloud pop-up builder, but you can put it on any other website, a website that is not Brizy Cloud, like in WordPress, Squarespace, Wix. If you already have those websites and you want to have a cool pop-up builder, well, guess what? Brizy Cloud Builder can do that for you. Here I have a website that I have created in WordPress with the theme Blocksy and all the blocks built out with Stackable. And you can also check here on the channel, we have a first look video on this theme from Blocksy. It's a free theme called Persona. Go and check that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pop-up with a call to action, and then I'm going to put it on this site. And I'll show you how to do it with an extremely cool plugin. And this plugin will even allow you to assign conditions like where do you want it to appear. Super cool. A lot of the plugins out there will allow you to bring in the pop-up, but it won't give you this kind of control. So better watch all the way to the end. To create the external pop-up, we have to go right again into our Brizy Cloud dashboard. You can go to Popups up here and create from here, or within your old projects, you simply scroll to the bottom and you create a new project. Let's go to the pop-ups and I'll click create new project, and we select here in the middle, pop-up and alert. This will create one for us and it somehow takes us back to the old project folder. Now here we have it, new number, pop-up number 2, and we will call this external pop-ups. External pop-ups. Great. And like usual, when we have to go into the builder, you just click here on edit. And this time it's edit pop-up. Takes us into the pop-up builder. If you don't know how the builder works, that is in part 1 of pop-ups. Better go check that out because I'm not going to show you how to build it out here. Start building your pop-up, and I'm going to grab one from the pre-made selection. Let's take this one 10% off. There we go. And you will have here in your conditions, your display conditions, only triggers. Triggers and conditions we cover in part 2. There are no conditions because Brizy doesn't know how these other websites work. So it cannot assign the conditions on which page and where it should go. There are only triggers. All the triggers are here. And I'm going to use this time one of my favorite triggers, and that is on scroll. The on scroll trigger checks how far a person has scrolled on your page, and when they reach a certain percentage height of the page, the pop-up will appear. So I kind of want people who have scrolled at least more than 50% of the page, then this pop-up will appear. The scroll function is down, so they're scrolling down. You can also have a up scroll. And that means as people scroll down and the moment they scroll back up, which is like an exit intent to exit, it will show. So let's do rather the up one. So on scroll up and then save. Usually I will trigger pop-up only once. I will activate this, but because I'm testing it, I'm going to deactivate it to ensure that I can keep testing it on my site. Let's just save it again, close here, and then in the bottom right-hand corner, go to Publish Page. And for good measure, I am a Control-Command-S person. And now we're done. That's it. How to build, part 1. Triggers, part 2. And now we exit here back to the dashboard, go to dashboard. If you look at the other projects we have here, like this first look series, which is stories, and then the website projects, they have publish functions. And then they have URLs if they have already been published. Except for the pop-ups, they have get embed code. So there's no URL you're going to be sharing with anyone. You're not going to send them a website address and say, hey, Bobby, here's my pop-up. Please go to this link and it will pop up. Yeah, that's a website address. The embed code is the code that we will be using when we go into one of these external websites. When you click on it, so we go to this one, external pop-ups, click embed code, this code will appear. Now, I'm always telling beginners, don't let certain things freak you out. Remember, this channel will never require of you to learn the code or never require of you to write code. So many other channels will tell you, you don't need coding ever. And then in the second video, they tell you, oh, you will have to write this little code for CSS, right? The whole purpose of websites for beginners is that it's just like driving a car. You don't need to be the mechanic. You just need to drive the car. If it breaks down, you take it to a mechanic, kind of like that. What we will need to do here is copy the code. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, you click here on how to embed the code. This will take you to the Brizy Help Center and they will explain it to you. Important here, just to make sure you don't go and add it in the wrong place. On your website, you have to put it in the footer tag. If it's any of these external websites and they have a place to insert code or code insertion, you need to make sure it goes into the footer area, not the header, the footer. Right. So let's just make sure we go back here. This is our Brizy Cloud. Copy the code. Automatically, it's copied to our clipboard. Then hop over to our WordPress site. I have this open in a different browser now. What we have to do is go into the backend of WordPress. And you will need to have a place where you can insert this code into the footer. By default, WordPress will not have that ability for you. Many themes out there will have that, so you can check if your theme has it, and in most cases, it will be a premium theme feature to have this insert code either in the header or the footer. I'm using Blocksy, and I'm going to show you how to do it with a plugin, so regardless of the theme you use, you'll be able to do it too. We will go install a plugin, so we go to Plugins, Add New. And simply type in header footer. And I will show you the one that we are going to be using. Header footer. Over here, header footer code manager. Super cool little plugin. Install now. Activate. And once activated, you will see here on the sidebar on the left, HFCM, which is header footer code manager. Click on that and currently it's empty. So we are going to create a place for this code to go in. Many header footer plugins will already give you the header or the footer, but there's a problem with that because basically you need to copy the code and you cannot assign conditions. That's why I really like this plugin and it's free. Just click Add New Snippet and let's give it a name. This is a CTA from Brizy Cloud, and let's say this was for Black Friday. You can probably have started with Black Friday. And remember, we have to place it where? In the footer. So forget all this other mumbo jumbo that you see around here. Focus here on location. And currently it says header, footer. Wow, 2 choices. And what did Brizy tell us? Not in the header, in the footer. So we click in the footer and here, snippet code. Click in it, Control V, Command V, and there's the code. What do we do next? We click on Save. Right, so now the big test is whether this will actually display on our site. Let's go to our site. I'll just click here in the top. Now, do you remember the condition we had set? The condition is scroll up. So I will scroll down on our page, scroll down, and this is typical visitor behavior. But at this point, the visitor says, not interested, and I scroll up. And the moment I scroll up, whoa, dude, don't you want 10% off with orders of $54 or more? That's how scroll up works. But more importantly, and more amazing and bewildering, is the fact that the pop-up from Brizy Cloud external pop-ups have worked on our WordPress site with this cool plugin. But there's more. So let's close this and we go back to the backend and then find header footer code manager. Go over here to snippet name and select edit. And now I want to show you the site display. This is where we can set the conditions. We can set it specific posts, pages, categories. Whoa, so much control here. Let's say I only want this to appear on my home page or my about page or whatever. I will select specific pages. And then when I click here in the page list field, my pages that I have created will appear here. Let's put this on the services page. And I can select other pages as well, but I'll just select this one, services. update my page. So remember, it should only appear on my services page. Let's go to the front, which will be my home page. I'll scroll down, 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 down. I'll scroll up and nada. Nothing, nix. But what happens if we go to services? Services. Scroll down, scroll down. We get nervous. Shall we scroll up? And there it is. Absolutely amazing. Nothing more, nothing less. However, what happens if we want to change the pop-up in Brizy Cloud? Will that affect on this page? Let's go and see if that will work. So we go back to Brizy Cloud, close here, go to our external pop-ups, into the builder, and we make a few changes. Let's go and delete this one. I go up to the pop-up settings, click delete, start building again, and we bring in another one. Another sale. Let's say we're selling these headphones with whatever it is on our site, update it, and let's change the condition as well. This time we're going to put it on something like on page load, 3 seconds, save, close, update. And now the question is, as I go to my dashboard, do I need to take that code again and go back into WordPress and paste the code again? Let's test it. Remember, I'm not taking the code. I'm just going back to WordPress. We reload the services page because within our plugin, we have set that condition that this pop-up can only appear on this page. But this time it's on page load 3 seconds. So let's load the page and then we sit in silence. And there it is. That was excruciating, right? But you can see you can drop that code within your external site, and then you can still make changes within Brizy Cloud, the external pop-ups builder, and it will automatically just take that in from there. That is it. This is then the final video in the 3-part series and video document on Brizy Cloud pop-ups.